What's going on? Cover five. This is Flo, one of the hosts of this podcast, and we're going to be covering every single pick today. Just quickly, we're not going to go into too much detail about each one of the players. Just a couple of things that I like, maybe did not like about the players, but yeah, I mean, I already did an episode on our first round pick, so I'm not going to talk about him too much, but I do want to mention again just some of his strengths, right? So again, just like I said earlier, he is a steal. Ruben Bain Steele is a tone setter pick. He is an explosive pass rusher, physical, violent hands, perfect fit for the Todd Bowles defense. So this tells you that Tampa Bay wants to win now, get back to that dominant defense, and we need it immediately because we were not good last year. So I would give this grade an A minus. Our second round pick was Josiah Trotter at linebacker, another defensive addition, which is good, right? A strong run defender, high motor. However, he does not do well in coverage, so he needs to improve in that. However, he is a classic Buccaneers linebacker pick. He's tough, he's physical. So overall, I would probably give him a C plus just because of his lack of coverage. Like I said earlier in another episode, he needs to work on that if he wants to be a top tier linebacker. Now, our round three pick was Ted Hurst, a receiver from Georgia State. So we did trade down, and we were able to land this upside receiver. 6'3", 200 pounds, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, vertical deep threat. This pick helps replace the lost production that we lost last year, right? And again, Mike Evans is now with the Niners. He is not Mike Evans. He does have a similar frame to Mike Evans. He's a little shiftier, a little faster, and I believe that he's going to be a red zone threat. So he should be an impact off the bat with all the weapons that we have. Round four, we picked a defensive back out of Miami, Keontae Scott. He is pretty versatile. This guy is one of these guys that Todd Bowles likes. He likes to, use these guys in the slot. He likes to blitz them, things like that. So he should be a good fit in the scheme. Is not going to start, obviously. He's a fourth round pick, but he's going to play aggressive. He has a high energy. He's a defender that just has high energy and is another piece that this team really needs, right? We can never have too many defensive backs with all the injuries we had last year. We lost a ton of guys. So he is only going to add to this defense. Another defensive player in round five, a defensive tackle, DeMonte Capehart from Clemson, right? So these picks basically are just depth and physicality. The other pick in the fifth round was Billy Schroft, a guard from Notre Dame. This guy, don't know too much about him, but we did need a guard coming into the season. Hopefully, he plays a role. If not, then you'll just be dead in this draft, right? And we did make some moves later in the draft, including trades and additional selections to build the depth across the roster. And this shows that we are long-term roster building, right? Not just immediate impact, right? So we are not rebuilding. This is the NFC South, y'all. Like, this is a division that's still winnable. Yes, the Panthers won it last year, but barely took it out of this weird tiebreaker. So the Bucs are still in it. We still have Baker Mayfield. We still have our receivers. We still have Bucky Irving. We still have these guys that can help us win, right? So overall analysis of the draft, I would say what we did well is we invested in defense early. Again, this is the weak side of the team, and Todd Bowles is supposed to be a mastermind on the defensive side. So I expect these guys to come in and just, make noise off the bat, especially our first two early picks, just to make noise off the bat. And we did need a receiver since we lost Mike Evans to be that red zone threat. And, the guy we got, Hurst, should be a guy that is able to do that for this football team. And, we built depth in the trenches because you can never have too many defensive linemen on a team, especially with all the schemes that we run on defense. It is definitely for sure a thing that we need. Give me a second. Sorry, y'all. Some of the concerns, like I said, our linebackers still have are still a liability in coverage, and Trotter is not there yet. I do hope that he can get there. I was hoping we got somebody else that early, but like I said, look, the guy can stop the run. He is physical. I think he's going to be like Devin White first couple of years. Devin White was never really a strong defender. His coverage was never really that great. So I'm hoping that he can develop into a better version of Devin White. At least 2020 playoff Devin White. We can have that. And this guy and Trotter, I believe that it'd be a good pick. And a final grade, I would say that we got a B plus. We addressed the needs, right? We got our guys. With the exception again of Trotter, I didn't really see us reaching too much. First overall pick that we got in the first round was definitely a steal in Rueben Bain. So I am really, really happy with the draft overall. I'm not upset. I know some fans might be, but I'm not. So if Bain can become a star and Hurst can develop into a wide receiver one type player, this class could easily become one of the best in the NFC, right? 3 guys off the bat. But let me know what was your favorite pick in this draft? Who was the biggest steal, and what grade do you give the Bucs? Right? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one, y'all. Peace.